his hand falling down the curve of my neck. Bro, touch my ass, my dump. Don't touch my neck, you freak. You gonna drink my blood for compensation? Man, I just got done recording Tiny Bunny. Never again, dog. I'm sleeping on indie games. I'm never. How y'all doing? It's your boy JC here, and welcome back to Ebon Light. Whew, y'all gonna have to help me. That I just recorded a Tiny Bunny, like I said, and I have to have the strength for this recording. But look, we're back with it as usual. I think we have one more video to record. I actually don't know if this is going to be the last part of Ebon Light. I'm not too sure, but we did stop at a pivotal part, as you know, Balcony stated on the last episode. So I already know what's gonna happen. Boy, Vaden about to get some cheeks. Bruh. All right, let's go. Come on, bruh. Let's just get it. If we finish the game, bruh, man. It's so painful to think how easy it would have been to never know you. I never expected to meet an elf. I never expected to grow so close to an elf. Certainly, if Julia had hired someone better other than my wretched partner, I would have never been drawn to your side. And what a bittersweet thing that it would be so selfish to say I'm glad this all happened. And of course, I don't think Vaden, I understand. He sighed, then smiled again at me, his hand falling down the curve of my neck. Bro, touch my ass, my dump. Don't touch my neck, you freak. You gonna drink my blood for compensation? What the heck? You do. I imagine having a conversation about something other than one of my relatives vying with the hello? Vying for your death. Kyla, I can't. The expression soured, smiling fading, his hand tensing on my shoulder. Chill, bruh. What's wrong, Vaden? We need to leave. What? Hey, wait. He wants to leave. Oh no, wait, what? But, Vaden, we don't have a choice, Kyla. Don't worry. I won't let. If it comes to it, we'll find a way. What about the plan? What about the plan? Vaden, don't you want to leave? Then what are you thinking? Pack what we can and leave? Pack nothing and leave. I'll free you from here. None of us spoke for a moment. Then he reached my face again. As I should have suggested right from the beginning. There is nothing here for you. There is you. I'll come with you. One way or another, Kyla. If we stay, they will find a way to bend you to their machinations. No, that isn't fair. Maybe you're stronger than I was. And I know that when I'm with you, I'm stronger. That's why I'm finally ready to leave. But how? There was a ship headed for Manos. First thing in the morning, we could sneak aboard it and stow away. Brody, there are so many points I have to go back to see what type of ending we will get. I definitely want to go back to the choice with Mitwin and like Galloys, and then this point right here to see what will happen. But I feel like the normie answer is to stay, so let's leave. Then Manos, yes, to Manos. It's cold, I hear. Far away from here, my love, beyond the reach of this all. This is not gonna end well. The ship will depart in a few hours before dawn. We should stay here for a while. It'll give you some time to gather what you can.
You said pack nothing!
Though you can't take much. Luckily, I haven't much to take. Yeah, I already have what I got. I'm ready. I just need you. Fingers danced rapidly with bottled energy. Only then I realized how nervous I also felt. Perhaps it was excitement. The thought of being somewhere, and with him, brought such possibility to mind. Such freedom, an escape from a Galia. I mean, if we really wanted to escape, we should have just went with Galloys' plan. What the frick does it mean? Before too long, I found myself tucked under one of his arms. When are you gonna touch my dumpy, bro?
Hey, yo.
All right, don't take that out of context. We'll be all right. Now that I found you. Oh, well, all right. Lasiga found you. Perhaps it would be better not to mention him right now. It's fate. Calm down. I heard a snort of grim amusement overhead, then felt a kiss upon my crown. Dang, bruh. Now that I have found you, Galia can't have you. You'll be free. I'll be sure of it. I was so warm, held by him. And so strange to find him in a place like this. Whatever that meant about our odds getting out unscathed. I was happy for a moment. You should get some rest if you can. Kyla, it's time to go. Wake up, my love. Dang, that was a quick transition. We didn't even get to the bed. I smiled at first before I remembered what we were about to do. Doubts and hopes contended within me as I followed Vaden stealthily through the streets. We were headed through the docks. Are you gonna change the screen here? Though the sky was thickened with the fog, the sun would rise soon. I know. Just stay close. We're almost there. Okay, now you change it. I could see the ship through the fog. It wasn't big as the Bastion, but in similar most other respects. We'll wait till they're pulling up those crates there. They'll get over with before the captain gets here. He pointed at the 4 huge crates with the red flowers stamped onto their sides. It'll require most of them. We'll scale the ship down there while they're distracted. We ducked in between 2 much more modestly sized crates, and there we waited. He held me close, and though I knew nothing about this was certain, wise, or likely to work, I felt more confident than I had any right to. All dashed when we heard voices come near. I couldn't understand what they were saying. They spoke too fast with my vague handle on the language to pick up anything. Vaden looked confused. Something about his predictions had gone awry. He looked scared too. He pulled me closer. The voices continued. Vaden's face fell. On his face now was not only fear but resolution. Stay. Go to Manos. Please, Akala, go. What the? I wanted to scream at him. He spoke with a terrible mix of regret and affection that I wanted to grab him and hold him tight. But he stopped me with a kiss. He started to pull away swiftly, but to linger just as our lips barely touched. It was like he was saying goodbye. I realized what I was doing and reached for him, but he slipped from my grasp like he was made of water. There was such determination on his face as he turned from me. See, I knew this was gonna happen, bruh. This is just terrible. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. The voices halted and kicked up again with my surprise and accusation. I picked their word for crazy, and I found myself clenching my fists. Vaden responded. His tone was calm and betrayed sadness. He spoke in Galilean at first, but then, it'll be okay. One of the guards spoke as he thought he was speaking to a man out of his mind. Everything had spun so far out of my control so quickly. It'll be okay? Did he think I could sneak aboard the ship alone? Did he think I would want to? Did he think I would? And leave him? To what's fate? One of the guards said Galois, and I no longer wondered what fate he'd be left to. To hear the soft sounds of an unresisted arrest, and knew Vaden was being taken from me, leaving me, drawing them from me. Ah, great. Uh-oh. Stand up and go after him. Well, he said it's gonna be okay, so I'm gonna trust him. Let's see what happens. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have more than a few moments to decide. Somehow, time had decided for me. He was gone. The elves were gone, and I was alone, hidden between those crates. And if I waited a little longer, I could make a go at climbing aboard the ship. I couldn't make myself move. No, I don't know what you just said, Brody. He wasn't far away as I thought. Yet, even still, I couldn't move. Okay. Sorry. Before the time robbed me of another choice, I gathered my nerve and climbed aboard the ship. I hid between the crates and expected with the almost complete certainty that I would be found. When the ship left Galea, I felt relief, and then guilt, perhaps for that relief. If I hadn't wrapped my head around what or who I just lost. Cry? I ain't crying for you. I mean, I do love Veboo, you feel me? But I feel like he's gonna be aboard of the ship. Hold up. I put it out of mind as I had to. There was no turning back anymore. This had been his plan from the beginning. Or maybe he would meet me there. Exactly. I didn't dare to sneak out from my hiding spot for the first day. Then I resolved myself into the hiding in plain sight. I got a hold of a uniform and kept my head down, hoping that they would think me of a half-elf like Saffron. She is not a half-elf. She's a racist. She's Lalari, that's what she is. So long as I appeared busy and didn't get caught in any conversation where my Galilean would be put to test. Somehow it worked. Manos was very cold. The air bit back as you breathed it, and every inch of me pricked. When I saw that humans were living in Manos, I nearly jumped in relief. Okay, humans is in here. Okay, finally, my people. My people. I nearly jumped in relief. Their accent was thick, and I never heard it before, but they spoke my language, and that meant I had a chance of assimilating. I could just start over, and it could be just as easy. What the frick is going on? Is that my cuttertail? If I kept the cuttertail hidden, Gallus would never be able to fight me in a horde of humans. Fight a warp coat. Go find somewhere to work. Only lacking a pair of warp heads to hold. We are alone. No, we are not alone. I'm going back. I thought he was gonna meet me, but nope. Let's go after him, bruh. What could I do? Go on without him? I couldn't. My chest was on fire, burning to stand and shout, and so I did. Vaden! The two elves on the other side of Vaden, and Vaden himself spun around. Vaden's face was admonishing, crestfallen. Let go of him! Akila, please don't! Let him go! You're not supposed to be here, are you? His voice was full of amused condescension. I felt the familiar pressure in my hands of the cutting towel. Ooh, we can't fight them like this. More elves rushing towards us, and it would only be moments before we were overrun. What did you think I would do, Vaden? Go without me. I couldn't. Uh-oh, we about to activate our cutting. I didn't say another word. A flurry of emotion on his face, ranging from adoration to abject misery. We were taken to the castle grounds, and a step through the gates later, we were dragged off in separate directions. I heard him shout over my shoulder, though I tried to turn and see the 8 guards had a symbol around me preventing me. They thought me worry of his new my Vaden. Next I knew I was waking up in a headache, unlike I'd ever had before. My wrists were sore and my knees hurt. I only saw a rock above me, and there was a dripping sound somewhere. It was cold. I sat up, sorely, and blinked my eyes into focus. Okay, we got locked up. A dungeon. I was alone. You are far under the earth. Only that voice. I was straight to hear anything other than its incessant dripping. Alright, call out. Hello? Where am I? No response. Who is there? What's happening? Answer me. Just that incessant dripping. Oh my god. Search the area, bro. What's going on? I stood there dizzy, like I just woke up from an exceptionally deep sleep, and I wasn't confident in my balance. The rock was solid and cool to touch. I got the sense that I was deep underground. The walls seemed to have an almost natural shape to them that hadn't been carved so much as formed. The ceiling and floor was chiseled, comparatively smooth, making the walls stand out all the more. There was a chain pounded to the rock, a bucket with red... No, I didn't want to think about that. Dang, I could see the other rooms. I could see the other rooms like this, down the hall. Was I at the end of the hall? There was such a horrid silence. If there were others in these cells, they were very quiet. Alright, bruh. Tend to your knee. What happened to my knee? I had to take care of my knee, lest it fester. Water dripping from the ceiling it didn't smell foul. Looking around, it was probably better than nothing. I washed my knee and patted it dry, the cleanest part of the clothing I could find. Talk to the cuttertail. You there? Still. Can you get us out of this? Find. What? I waited and it didn't respond. The silence was terrible. Cuttertail. Still nothing. Yeah, we gotta look a way out I guess. I tried the bars first. Naturally, the metal was somehow warmer than the rock walls, and giving them a strong shake produced only a slight rattle. The water dripping from above came from a crack in the ceiling, and it puddled on the floor, draining slowly through a small fracture in the floor. I pushed my finger in there into it and tried to claw at it, achieving nothing but a sore finger. Ugh. Find. Find what? I settled down in the dries of my four corners, trying my best to remember what had happened. I was taken here. I could barely recall it. Someone put me something over my head, and a foul sleep came soon after. Where were the others? My elves. Where was Vaden? Assembly of allies. Whether or not they could be trusted when it mattered most. Had they abandoned me, left me to save themselves? I exhaled, willing myself to stay calm, but I was failing terribly. My heart was racing. I couldn't even imagine how far underground I could be. I couldn't imagine where I would be, or if anyone knew I was gone, or if anyone would be able to find me. My room, my rock room, was growing smaller with each breath. I was alive, but I didn't know I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what was happening, where anyone else was, what had been decided, what was going on in that world. I'd been in just a moment ago. Was this punishment? Perhaps even one of Dulier's plans? Maybe I was here to be hidden from my protection. What a ridiculous thing to hope for. I should know better. I had no way of knowing. Would anyone come for me? Would I be here until I die? I would simply languish in this darkness, forsaken room until I had to quiet my thoughts. I had to focus to stay strong. I held my head between my hands and tried to steady my breath. I would need to stay calm. So keep searching because the only other thing was to do was wait. Facts. And so I did my best to keep busy. Try not to think about it at all, did not know and focus on whatever I could learn from this dungeon, from the cut to tell, from my wounds and memories. Somehow, eventually I fell asleep. An hour must have passed and I was still so tired from whatever they drugged me with. It was just a light sleep, that sort of in between, and I couldn't help it. I was not entirely unaware, but I was not awake either. Thus, when a loud shout clamored down the rock hall, I jolted upwards with a gasping breath. There was someone down the passageway, someone being put in another rock cage? Someone I knew? I rushed to the bars to strain to see, but I saw nothing. I wasn't sure. I seemed to be at the end of the hall, branching into many of the rock rooms. If there were even more halls going off in every direction, the voice could have come from anywhere. I didn't instantly shout out, and I was debating whether or not I wanted. I wanted to know who they were and if they were someone I knew, to see I could learn anything. So I decided to stay quiet, perhaps too cautious, perhaps I would regret this, perhaps it was my only chance, but the thought of drawing hostile attention or even missing something if I didn't stay quiet and listen. Not even the new captain made a noise. Briefly, I thought I heard footsteps disappearing, but I probably was imagining it. Hello? Nothing. Do not be so quick to think just because you are both captives, you are also allies. There you are. There was a great deal of noise from me. It was quiet here. Aren't you with me? In part. I would ask something of you. Of me? Do you not see where I am? What could I possibly give you? Find the coward and kill him. What? Bro, what the? Bro, I am confused. My noozled? Sorry. Tell me what's going on. Where is everyone? Where am I? You're treacherous elves. You are in a dungeon, human, locked away by that fool who thinks he could stop what's coming. The ones who sought to use you, you call them your allies? The ones who sacrificed your mind to me. I do not know or care where they are. Their use was limited. And when you are free, the treacherous elves yapping at your heels, desperate to understand, will you do as I ask? Find him, see for yourself. You are toyed with just as I was. I don't understand. Yeah, what's going on? And do what I say. You'll understand more if you can find him. What makes you think I would follow you blindly? Have you not been following these elves blindly? Look at what they've done with you. I have not yet played into their hand. I would bid you seek revenge, but it seems outside your reach. You must wait until they find you, and then you should destroy them. I cannot move with these bars. Or do you think you can help me? Would you like the ceiling to fall upon your head? I cannot help you. Not yet. Yet? What does that mean? It means Gallows intends to visit you. Perhaps then I will see how to free you. So Gallows is visiting us. Is that the person we gotta kill then? But why do we gotta kill him, bro? Like, how can we know for sure? Maybe it's Midwind preventing our homies to help us. And when you are free, will you do as I ask? I want peace, Ghost. That's what I've always wanted. And to get peace, you find it, make it. That wouldn't be peace. I sat near the bars. There was weariness to my body. I blamed on that foul sleep, and my knee was throbbing. I didn't return to my dry core lest I missed something down that dark passageway. I wanted to hear whatever could be heard. I waited for there a long time. It was only until I heard my stomach growling. I didn't realize, all told, probably spent the last at least a day and a half down here. Jesus, why was I so certain I was underneath? The rock above me, perhaps I could be high in a mountain. No, there were no mountains in Gallia. I had no idea how long I'd been asleep this time. 4 days had passed and I was none wiser. When a second sound came, I once again jolted upright, having slouched in my Virgil. This time it was far more animated affair. Multiple men shouting and the sounds of struggle more violent. I saw shadows dancing in the hallway, down the dark passageway. Shadows that grew larger, and I realized they were coming closer. I clambered to my feet. I thought of seeing another living person held my breath hostage in my throat. Whoever it could be, what terrible thing it might be, I still found myself waiting for it with great anticipation. Finally, I saw them, only for a quick moment. They were passing in a flurry cross passageway crossing mine. At least 6 soldiers were pulling 2 struggling elves behind them. I heard them continue to struggle and shout as their voices faded, but they stopped. Well, within shouting distance of me, punctuated the struggle with the slamming of iron door. Prisoners continued to shout, but the fight was over. I could tell that much, and that was all beside the point. I readied myself as the soldiers' footsteps reapproached, and the second they passed across the passageway before me, I shouted, "I need food!" One paused and looked at me, but he looked only for a moment before continuing on his way. "Eat them as you ate me." What the frick? They're going to leave me to starve. They're not that cowardly. They will come, face you. I'm glad you're confident in that. I'm not so sure. Perhaps they've forgotten how often a human needs to eat. Who is there? I shouted to them, and to my relief, they responded. They sounded bewildered. Human? The human? No one would ever learn my name, would they? Who are you? Cuttertail. Do you know why I'm here? Cuttertail, fight! Perhaps he simply didn't speak the language I knew well, but it seems more like he was caught in a rush of... His companion wasn't as vocal. He had yelled loud enough for me to hear, but I could barely make out the sound of his mumbling through the passageways. That would make the four of us here at least something. At least, assuming the first brought in was still here. Are they going to bring us food? A Kyla? So he did know my name. Yes, food. We will feast. I exhaled slowly. What's going on, bruh? Galea's moving. Things are changing. We will be more than what we were. Is there some kind of fight? Yes, and you are a part of it. I am? You are. Do you know Vaden? Vaden, is yours? He fights for you. There is a fire in all of us now. Then he's alive, at least. I felt dizzy. Some of the pressure I hadn't fully acknowledged was just relieved, and it left me lightheaded. Then I heard a different kind of shout, as though we were formally being called to attention. It followed the marching of guards. After so much silence, there was such activity. I saw figures take form in the passageway. There was no mistaking their direction. They were heading for me. As they came into focus, I realized one was Mitwin. Uh-oh. Yet again, I clambered to my feet. I hate this whore. You're still here, alive. Where is everyone? What is going on? Everyone? Vaden is not here. You are. Why am I here? Removing kindling from fire. Galloy saw the cracks, but he did not allow himself to see how deeply they went. You are a, chisel in the hand of the Onyx Chandler, removing the kindling, the bait, the traitor. Keep you contained to study, for all sake of my fool husband. So, wait, Dule was an op the whole time, bro? There's so many reasons for you to be here. And there is the Kaskas to consider. You could level this city, from the accounts I read. I would rather let this city rot, but it would take what I love with it, and I must protect it. Y'all elves are down bad, bro. If people were to attack, y'all would be dead. Why are you here? Why did you come? Above us madness and you. She looked up to the rock ceiling, anger and resentment on her face. Your name a favorite of theirs. You're a figurehead. When the time comes, kill her. Uh-oh. Is that the traitor? When the time comes. What? Bro, if I try to kill her, it's not gonna end well. I'm down with it. I'm tired of saying no. Well, perhaps. Mitwin hissed in irritation. Why do you talk out loud? Can it not hear your voice? Gallows must have fallen in the same habit. Uh-oh. There will be a healer along to assess your body as it decays. You seem strong where the Cuttertail is concerned, or your Cuttertail itself is weak. Perhaps it is the Cuttertail I speak to, and the mass is well placed. There is so little to be sure of while he continues to lie. I sucked a breath through her teeth like a wince, turned on her heel. I wonder how long your mind will keep. She was leaving, quickly. I wasn't thinking fast enough to stop her. I didn't know what I wanted to, but oh, why'd she had come? Were they hoping to break my mind? A ghost? She is the one whose mind has slipped. Her husband has gone where she cannot follow. Her obsession, the fuel she has fed on for decades. Get me out of here, bruh. It will not be much longer. I shouted, no specific word, in an incoherent shout of frustration, of anger, of fear. Your allies are close. How do you know that? It doesn't matter. So he can sense people and stuff and know where they at. I need something more than that. I'm not here to soothe you. If you're broken, I will just put you back together. Do what I ask. If you do not give it, I will take it, human. Find the coward. You're trapped either way. Don't you dare threaten me, ghost. You are in my head, and that alone. Yes, fool, I am threatened. You are mine, easily lost to me. Another day passed, though I wasn't certain of time passing. All I knew is my stomach ached as badly as the winter when Vanya ran out of food. We went a week without eating a thing. Bruh. Jesus went 45 days. Suck it up, ho. Had it been a week, at least I had water. I try not to think about where it came from. I was not raised to be picky. Facts. No cap, we don't got blonde wigs around here. I can only imagine what was going on. A rebellion, perhaps? It seemed. From what a little Galilean I could pick up, that they were unhappy with Gallows. I was so tired and so hungry. You are getting weak. It's been 4 days. Oh! They do not care about us, bro. They do not care about us. That's true. 4? It seemed much longer. There are members of your kind who've gone far longer without food. I've gone longer than 4 before. I don't need your mocking. You are connected to me, but not my hunger. You do not realize what danger you're in. I'm in a dungeon, Ghost. Do you not realize? Do I not realize it? From me. I exhaled, slowly gripping my head in between my hands. Cut the Tail's conversation had not been pleasant since it first brought up coward. It was angry, making demands of me. Would I seek out that coward? And worst of all, I had sinking feeling in my gut. If I refused, I may lose myself completely. My mind drifted off so easily in this place. Things became strange, and I kept thinking of Mitwin and of her will to see my mind break. When you leave your body, I can take it. Shut you out of your skin. I pull you through the world and make you what I want you to be. Make you whisper for me, see for me. Take your life and make it mine. In some ways, you have already. I have I? I do not allow your worry, your mindless blundering, your ignorant questioning. No, human. I can consume you. No, you cannot. Shut up. Leave you in a stomach of uncertainty, free falling through an abyss, a web, a shadow shut away. Is that what you're trying to do? It's what I could do. You should be wary. I'm stronger than you seem to think, Ghost. I bet I could weather your assault. Arrogant fool. Remember, Akila, kill the coward, and I will give you peace and accord. The Cut-to-Tail was never my friend, but something had happened. Its voice was full of a new rage. What was going on? Madness all around me, and I was trapped between these rocks. Where is Akila? Ooh, my boy! My numbness building up in my chest disappeared completely, instantly, like a flock of birds suddenly taking flight. I stood up as my mind grappled with my beliefs. Terrible doubt that I had truly lost my mind nipped at my heels, another suggesting that this was the start of the Cut-to-Tail's tricks. But he took form down the passageway, and our eyes met. He rushed toward me. I'm not hallucinating. I took my hold of my hands through the bars and held them close. He smelled of ash and blood and sweat. His clothes were filthy, dusty. He and I were sorely in need of a bath. My love. His eyes were growing wet. He was out of breath, could barely talk. Baden, are you? She's over there! What's going on? Masked elf began to approach. Uh-oh! It's the assassins coming towards us but from behind Vaden. Vaden, what's going on? It's alright, we're getting you out. He kissed my fingers and held on to them tightly. The masked elf produced keys. Oh no, he's helping us. He pulled the barren door open and I was immediately in his arms. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry it took me so long to find you. That you were here in the first place. You shouldn't have. I didn't think I'd see you again. Get him a kiss. Lest he continued to berate himself and waste more time, I interrupted him with a kiss. I held him as tightly as he held me, savored every inch where we touched, every bit of warmth we had to share. He felt so good to be in his arms. He was plunging back into his warmth and hope. Are you alright? Are you hurt? You're standing at an angle. Is your leg? I'm in one piece. Hungry. I felt his arms tremble, but he was unwilling to let his facade drop. We can't stay here very long. The others are coming. The others. Dulier and them. Oh, Akila. I knew you were alive, but I didn't know what it would be like until I found you, With the gas, he pressed his lips hard onto the side of my head, pulling out a modest hand of dried fruit he handed to me. I wasn't sure it tasted as good as they did before. Galea's in chaos, my love. There were so many fractures. When the walls started to crack, it all crumbled so fast. They were calling for Gallo's replacement. The king is in hiding. Most of the soldiers now are redeciding their loyalties. Dang, what is going on, dog? He has been acting erratically. I don't know who to follow anymore. But they can all fall into the sea. You're in my arms now. And never again. Kyla. Vaden. What the frick? This nigga just instant transmission. What are you doing here? The others were approaching. Let's get out of here. I heard we can't trust him now. He put my arm through his gently. We climbed up the rock upstairs through a rock hallway, emerged into the castle garden. From there, we swiftly crossed the grounds, and I found ourselves on the streets again. Just out of the castle gates, I saw a group of armored soldiers. They were loud, bickering, but quieted when they saw me. She's alive! Oh, the rain felt so nice. I heard myself humming contentment as I angled my face toward the sky. It had only been a couple of days. Do not forget. Who is the traitor? The fighting's mostly in the castle. The docks are not safe right now either. Fighting? Yes, Akila. Loyalty's cut down in the middle. It's chaos. Yes, Barola, she's alive. I told you she would be. We could return to my estate. But we can't stay there for long. They retreated to Dunkina. We're going after them. Who is with her? 8 of her mask. We could ambush them all. I don't care about those prisoners. How did this happen so quickly? Who is leading this rebellion? General Fale. Oh, really? This is convenient. And the ambush would be very bloody. And Akila should... She's not going back to fight. They haven't had time to fortify yet. If we wait, they'll have more defenses at their disposal with their trap, but assuming that grandmother didn't go down there to kill him herself. Shoot, bruh. Well, we gotta kill the traitor, but I'm like, who's the traitor? I'm down to kill Midwin. I don't care. I don't know who the traitor is. Is this Falane is the traitor? Or the coward that the Cut the Tail's talking about? Then we go after them. We end this. We will not have Gallows nipping at my heels, nor any other elf who thinks to control me. The crowd of elves roared in approval. Uh-oh. We got a little, okay, we establishing a democracy here. Instantly, fire bowled in my belly. Adrenaline surged through my veins. A fight it was then. There were winding passages underneath the castle, more than just a dungeon. This was a labyrinth, and it held rooms for many purposes. I followed the soldiers, with each step heavy with dread and promise. Calipoy had met us, and we were leading the charge. She was relieved to see me, I thought, but I hadn't so much as spared a direct word. No time for that, I suppose. There was something magnificent about these caverns. I thought to ask about them later if I got the chance. There was certain to be a story behind them. From what I could tell, the Galeans did not dredge beneath the earth often. I had heard of mines on another side isle. Do not forget. I glanced over at Vaden and exhaled, wondering how long I get to keep him near me this time. Vaden looked nervous but resigned. This was the old hat for him. It'll be alright. He meant it, but I'm not sure if he believed it. Let's just be hopeful. It'll be alright. I echoed him. A faint smile appeared on his lips, then disappeared again as he refocused. Just stay close. There's no need for you to be out in the open. The Kinatha had taken a very long time to navigate. It meant Rockbelly or something similar, Dulier had told me. The caverns where Gallois and Mitwin and their supporters were thought to be sheltering was at the base. We had traversed many winding tunnels to find it. Finally, we were near the Heart Cavern. The elves with me were growing tense, preparing themselves for battle. I stayed toward the back. We waited while some of our soldiers, scouts, in fact, investigated the entrance cavern, reporting that it was unguarded, and that Mitwin, Gallois, and a small number of Gillian masked assassins were inside. They were arguing among themselves. This seemed to encourage some of the elves, thinking it prime chance to come upon them while they were distracted, knowing it was a nest of assassins we were stumbling into. I had a creeping sensation crawling down my throat. I had a feeling at least a few of the others, the more sensible ones, did. Slowly now. Come, Kite! The voice bellowed into the tunnel. Quick assessment of how likely this was to be a trap. How Gallois had seen the scouts who were certain that they had successfully spied. Now, say it to my face! Uh-oh. Who the freak? Not to worry, we haven't had a quite hubris to think we could slaughter the whole of Gallia from our stone nest. Elves stepped into view. Immediately beside us drew their weapons. Calipoa, nephews. Who the freak? He regarded the Millerose four with an uncomfortable calm. Then he regarded me. Akila. Uh-oh. Axix. That's kind of like a cool name, I'm not gonna lie. My boy got the Renegon. Uncle, I thought you had more sense. Axis had gaze left me briefly, sharing his smile with Heron, and then returned. What does he want? I'm not certain. The cut-and-tail addles his mind. I'm not sure if he realizes the state of things. He continued to stare at me, and I felt the creeping sensation on my neck squirming. Hello, Axis. A pleasure. This has to end. It does now, yes. It's good to see you, mother. That mother kept Akila hidden and preserved. It's strange. What does he want? Dignity, perhaps. Motivation ships. He began to see the path he's chosen in its totality. The next moment, an illusion passes over him. A blind vigor, conviction of merit, and hope for his doomed future returns. And what state is he in now? Has he shown any prowess with the Cuttertail? And where is Mitwin, the rest of her dogs? I am not a dog, Calipoa. Most of us are here because it is our place to be here. Then so is mine to be here. Heron would understand. His gaze returned to me. I wasn't sure he blinked even once since he appeared. That is Cap. What is it? I'm surprised you came. My mother usually has more rattling effect on people. I heard about you. Seeing you is another matter. A human woman, no older than 30. I am not 30, I'm 25. All that power within you barely controlled. Then I hope I meet your I hope I meet expectations. You exceed them. It's good you came. You will be an important catalyst. Then you approach us to surrender. I approach you to warn you, dear niece. There are 7 other masks with mother. Father is in and out of his mind, and my mother has thoroughly abandoned hers. Or perhaps it's truer to say she has dropped the mask. Heron scoffed. Jesus, Heron is on tack mode. That is a pit bull. That is a Rottweiler. Father has been trying to leave Dakina, and she will not let him. He is willing to face Galea's judgment when he is both seeing clearly and not. If you try to insist him in leaving, I do not think Mother will abide it. I think she would rather see him dead than see him stripped of rank of impostor. If you approach and overwhelm them, this is a trap. To what end, bitter nephew? If it is a trap, it is a short-sighted one. Even if we killed the lot of you, there are more in your shadow, and we are trapped down here. I do not want to imagine my brother's rage if I harm their children. Dang, brother. So he's scared of Lone Ray, that's what he's saying. Kylie sighed heavily and glanced back at us. I'll go in. Come, Lankus. And Kyla should go. You play a unique part in this. Both of my parents have locked you into a certain obsession. Your presence should be enough of a distraction to allow the rest of us to restrain them. Your power, if it comes to it, have enough to overcome them. They'll see her as a threat, one that they'll be able to resist. Mother will not be able to help herself from testing her and father together. They need to see their relationship play out before her eyes. I will keep her from attacking Akita immediately. Can we really trust Axis? Act 6. Father is no position to attack anyone right now, and without her, to be blunt, I don't see this ending with either of my parents alive. You are not sending her to that cavern to die. I don't plan on dying, Vaden. If she wants to go, I'm going with her. I'm not going to force you. I know you didn't exactly sign up for this. Do we go with a limited number, or do we go with everyone? And on the next episode of Ebon Live. I'm not gonna lie, bruh. I'm tired of reading. And I'm just gonna let y'all sleep on this one, cause oh my god. So we're not done yet, but this could be an in-game ending decision. I don't know how far we're from the game, but I don't know what to pick, because it seems like if we go down there, they're gonna kill one of us. That's for sure. One of us is dying. If we go with everyone, they may think as it of a threat, and people are gonna be dying. I'm thinking of doing a few of us just to limit the casualties. I don't know. It could be a trap all together. I'm a little confused because I really thought we were gonna escape on that ship. But we didn't. So that one ending was just like us just finally leaving. I didn't think it was gonna end like that. And it's interesting that like what popped off was just a coincidence, you know, falling, just going against everybody. I don't know, man. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen now. And there's a coward that we have to kill, that the Cuttertail wants us to kill, and I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Galois, maybe it's Mitwin. I think it's Mitwin then, because when we had that prompt earlier, it showed that we could actually try to kill Mitwin. I knew that was going to be a bad end because we were weak, and I don't think that would have went well. I feel like the next time we play this, we should just go with a few people and then try to kill Mitwin if we can. I don't know if that will soothe the Cuttertail. I wouldn't mind getting rid of Mitwin though. I don't think she's serving any aid at all for this. She just wants to kill Galois. So either way, it looks like it's about to be a terrible end for Galea, that's for sure. But let me know your thoughts and theories as usual, and hopefully the next part might be the last part. We'll see. But either way, y'all stay blessed, keep your space strong, and I'm gonna see you when I see you. Peace.